Earth, Slayer here, and welcome to another episode of the HQ Experience. I am here with my guest, DowncastSpark himself.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Welcome to the podcast, man. I'm very excited to have you here.
Oh, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So, you've been on YouTube for 5 years or 6 years?
Yeah, 5 years, approaching 6 years. I joined of November of 2016, so it's been close to 6 years, but it's still 5 for now.
Yeah, I think I joined YouTube in 2015, I believe. And like I used to have like a Samsung tablet because I didn't have a phone at the time, so I kind of like used like some video editing app that I found. It was called Power Director, I believe, and I used to make one of those I used to make those texts go fly by the screen videos, kind of.
Yeah,
and I remember
Power Director I'm familiar with. It's like that Android editor, right? It has like the watermark.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I remember I made one video that I called out Bethesda saying that I have a release date for the PS4 mods for Fallout 4.
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't know why I just called out Bethesda, but yeah, I just kind of make those kinds of videos, and I had to stop doing them for a while. So let's talk about some video games for a minute. Then we'll talk about YouTube. So what kind of games are you excited that's like coming out?
Well, as you probably know, I'm kind of a horror fan. So 2 games I'm really excited to start playing when they come out is Outlast Trials, which will be the first like multiplayer game in the series.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. And there's like this another horror game coming out called Carnival Hunt, which also looks pretty good.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, no, you should look it up when you get a chance. Like it's really killer. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, I probably will sometime. The games I'm pretty excited for is probably Modern Warfare 2. That's like coming out this month.
Mm-hmm.
And fun fact, I actually tried to make a video on the beta, but unfortunately the audio didn't match with the footage, so I kind of have to cancel that video, which was a damn shame. But I did have fun playing the beta.
Which game was that?
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the beta.
Oh, yeah, I actually played that. Me and a few of my friends played it. I actually streamed on Trovo a little bit. I thought it was all right. I wouldn't say it's as good as like the 2019 Modern Warfare, but it's probably gonna be one I buy and play.
Yeah, like I enjoy the last one that came out in 2019.
Yeah, no, that was pretty. It was good.
And I'm pretty excited for the campaign. And plus, it's pretty cool to see Ghost coming back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm just pretty excited about that. I'm hoping that it's good.
Yeah, I'm hoping so too. It seems like a lot of games coming out nowadays are kind of like unfinished and just not really planned out, you know. And I'd like to see like no more cyberpunk incidents or stuff like that.
Yeah, we know how that went.
Yeah, apparently the game works much better now, especially on PC if you are using like have it like on a newer CPU, but like not CPU, SSD, my bad. But it's still, I don't know. It just left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, I was pretty excited for Cyberpunk because it looks pretty damn good, especially with the future setting.
Mm-hmm.
And especially with Keanu Reeves. I don't know. I just kind of wish that game never did like fall into the shittiness.
Mm-hmm. For real.
So let's.
My goodness, bro.
Yeah. So let's get with YouTube. So you started in 2013, right?
Actually, yeah. If we talked about this channel, like the one I'm using now, or like Origins, it'd be 2016. But I started YouTube back in 2013. I originally had a channel that I did music on. It was called Dreams Become Reality. But I eventually, due to bullying, I decided to delete that channel. It no longer exists. And then during the same year, I came up with the concept of DowncastSpark, but it looked completely different. It was called DowncastSpark Gaming. It had like this really poorly drawn controller as the logo. It was, it was kind of like a concept I had since I was a little kid. But then when 2016 kind of came around, I was pretty much like after my birthday, I made the channel. I was like, I'm gonna post this, and that's when I decided to, start doing YouTube for real. And I've been keeping up with this channel, the longest for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like when I started YouTube in 2015, I basically had no banner and just didn't have the things that I wanted to put on my channel. And then when I had to delete my first channel, I had to start a second one, which was it was kind of okay, but I had like 200 subscribers. But at that time, I didn't have the motivation or the energy to continue uploading to YouTube anymore. So I just kind of deleted that second channel, and then now I'm at this channel, and it's I'm gonna be real with you. Like I had no motivation to upload to YouTube before I found Storyfire.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I can't really say the same. I've always had a motivation. I just more or less is trying to reach new people because discovery on YouTube is kind of difficult just because of like how many people are trying to make it on YouTube. So I tried looking at other competitors that were trying to what's the word I'm looking for? Advance the entertainment industry by having competition within the self entertainment region when it comes to independent content creation.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's the best way I put it, honestly.
Yeah. So I put out so recently today before I started recording this, I started it. I posted 2 shorts, I believe. I posted one that had like 44 views in like one night, and that's it. And like I didn't expect it to grow. I did not expect it to grow like 44 views, I believe, when I woke up.
Well, how are you feeling now about it? You know what I mean? Like looking back on it on a future aspect. Because I sometimes look back on the older videos and how I used to perceive things and
sometimes,
how much I've grown.
yeah, sometimes I do. Which I'm gonna be real. I'm a bit nervous to make a return to YouTube. I don't know why, but just kind of a bit nervous at the moment. I mean, I may upload this episode to, I mean, Storyfire will be my main home forever. But I just kind of, I'll maybe post this on YouTube. But first, I'll upload this to Storyfire as well.
That's fair. I always like tell everybody to, never put all your eggs in one basket. Like I would say that like YouTube's my main home, but I do consider Storyfire like a second home. So that's why I upload videos on there now. I haven't been uploading videos as of recent, like at least all the ones that are on my channel, and that's mostly just because of the weird upload glitch that they're working on right now to fix. But Like that's why, because I just want to focus on content creation on my free time when I'm not doing like my other responsibilities. So I just kind of took the initiative to kind of separate myself from certain thoughts and ideologies to focus on other things that benefit myself and the people around me more.
Yeah, like that's perfectly understandable. That's perfectly understandable. Because for me, like I don't even have the time to play video games. Like I have to get content out as I can, and just repeat and repeat. That's all I have to do.
You know, I got
you. So is there some things that you want to address in this episode? Because you can go ahead if you want.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Like today, for example, I just got done recording a session of Crab Game with some creators, and then right afterwards, I was getting ready to do the stream, and I just hopped on and did this. So I wasn't as prepared as I wanted to be. You know, I guess you know, like if I was gonna say a few things, you know, I guess like the whole aspect of like how do you feel about content creation as a whole? Like what that I kind of like to ask the person who comes in like a few questions. So like what how do you feel about content creation as a whole?
I feel like it's slowly getting up there. I mean that's what I'll say. That's how I feel about the whole content creation as a whole. So that's what I'll say.
No, I get that. I get that. Do you think that content creation will eventually like replace like these normal jobs, like when technology like advances so highly to where like people like cashiers and um like uh like servers and stuff like that won't be needed anymore?
Oh, I don't know. I mean maybe, but at the same time, Mark Music said, like Mark Music has said in his Xbox 360 video, like I don't know, it may be a job for people like you and me. It may not be a job for some people because like they don't want to be seen on camera. They don't want to um be on camera to entertain people. And like I don't know. I don't know if that will happen, but we'll just have to like wait and see if it does happen.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
And like for me, I love doing content, and I know that you feel the same because like for me, I usually like to do like different types of content, like whatever I want on Storyfire. But I mean, with YouTube, I mean, it's just I'll just stick to one topic to do, like film. I mean, that's all I'll say.
I kind of just do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Like if you go to my channel, it's like I try to treat it like my creative dump. Like of course, like my main niche is gaming. That's what I started the channel for. But like I've kind of been using it for a lot more. And that's kind of like what I've been wanting to do because that's just, I guess it's just what makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I hear you. And like Markiplier, was he your inspiration to get into content? Because I know he was an inspiration to me.
Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie. Those are the three that first come to mind. Markiplier actually was the one that inspired me to start doing films because like as a kid, like I always knew him as a gamer, but then he like started like doing things like a date with Markiplier and stuff, and I just thought that was like the coolest thing, and it's like something that nobody else was doing at the time, and you know, it was just like, well, I kind of want to do that. But then I took like the approach of actually going to film school and learning like different skills and assets, of stuff like in that regard. So I kind of like have a more professional way of looking at the cinematography, but like there's things I still want to try and do. But it's like a lot of people wonder why I don't do like the film stuff more often. It's just it's expensive. Um, it's like you need a budget to make like something look good, right? Like you can write simple stories, but eventually people want to see like something exciting, you know, costumes, backgrounds, characters, and like all that costs money. Like you can have an amazing script, but like if you don't like have good like resources to make it come alive, then it's just gonna make the story look bad. So that's at least my issue. So I try to keep things simple, my shorts for now, and then eventually I'll probably do more advanced things, kind of like a date with Markiplier and stuff like that. Just for now, I just want to keep it simple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Markiplier was my inspiration too, because I remember I was like a fan of him, and I think I still have that I still have a Markiplier shirt in my closet, and I didn't know Jacksepticeye until we started collabing with Markiplier. That's how I discovered PewDiePie, and Jacksepticeye. And it's just, I mean, it's, I mean, PewDiePie is pretty much retired, right?
Yeah, I mean he still posts, but I would consider him retired because like he's kind of just vibing, you know, like he's making what he wants. He's not really worried about growing anymore, or reaching new people, or making new audiences. You know, I kind of stand by that. I kind of like, I think he's in a good spot to where if he wants to just focus on himself and Marcia and his, you know, and himself, like, go for it. Like, you moved to Japan, like, you wanted to make the step, and, you know, like, it's time for you to, like, like, grow even more. So, like,
Yeah.
I support him completely, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like it's crazy that he reached 100 million subscribers. Like that's just crazy to me.
Yeah, no, I can agree.
I don't know how long that would take to reach 100 million because I'm assuming you had to put grind a shit ton of more videos to put out. I mean, that's my guess.
Yeah, no, I agree. I love grinding.
So are you like a fan? So like, what type of sports are you into? Because for me, I'm into wrestling and MMA.
I'm not a huge sports person, but I used to be a huge fan of WWE. I remember my favorite wrestlers growing up was Jeff Hardy, The Undertaker, John Cena. Um, and there was like a few wrestlers I really liked um, before I stopped watching that came on, like Daniel Bryan, which I think he goes by a different name now, and he's over at AWE or AEW.
Yeah, it's AEW.
Yeah. So it's crazy. It's also really cool to finally see WWE got a actual competition with AEW because that used to not be a thing. So like they had like a monopoly on the market. And I wanted to actually start watching AEW because I'm not even interested in WWE anymore because AEW has all the good wrestlers. And that's even where CM Punk went back. When he returned, he went over to AEW. So I'm just like thinking to myself, bruh. So like, I'm just
I think you should start watching it. It's like I like the brutalityness of AEW. That's what I like. And so like, you want to hear what happened? Like what happened with CM Punk?
I mean, yeah, I guess a refresh. Like, are you talking about why he left WWE? Because I know that. I know that.
No, this was last month, I believe. So here's a little recap. So basically, what happened is after he won the AEW World Championship against Jon Moxley, MJF returned. The event was done. The media scrum happens, and one reporter asks CM Punk about the Colt Cabana situation that he had, which I don't know about that whole situation with him, but he started ranting off. And he started ranting off about Hangman Page, the Elite, and just Colt Cabana, and just saying like, "Oh, I'm old and retired." And I'm like, dude, if you're retired, I mean, if you're old, then take a fucking break, dude. And I'm just sitting there, and Tony Khan was getting humiliated by this. Like, I can just tell. Because after that whole thing, the media scrum, CM Punk thought it was a good idea to go with his buddy Ace Steel, go in the Elite's locker room and start throwing hands. And this caused controversy. Like, after that whole thing. And now, after all that, they were stripped of the titles, like the Trios Championships and the AEW World Championship. So that's basically what happened.
Wow.
Yeah. So now CM Punk has become a bit of a prick lately. And like, I was a fan of him. I was supporting him when he made his return after 7 long years of not returning to wrestling. Like, I was rooting for him because it was awesome to see him come back. And now he
tried to do like UFC boxing for a bit, but like he was just absolute trash at it.
Yeah. And he was at that low point when he left WWE. And now the recent news, he's being offered an office job as an AEW executive, which, okay, so as long as there's no drama, then all right. Just don't be a prick lately, Punk. Just don't be a prick.
Okay, so he's pretty much their Triple H right now. That's funny.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. It's just crazy to me that the amount of drama that goes on with wrestling, especially AEW and WWE and backstage.
That's wild. Man, that is too much craziness for me, man, nowadays. Like, I'm just trying to vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
and so,
oh, sorry, go on.
So basically now Jon Moxley's the AEW World Champion now. And now MJF is targeted for the championship. So that's all.
Well, dang. That's a lot to take in. I'm sorry. I haven't, watched any of that in a while, so I'm just kind of, it's a lot to process.
Hey, you're okay, man. It's okay to process all. Like, it's okay to just learning things one at a time.
Yeah. But anyway, do you have like any more questions for me, or?
Yeah. What movies have you even seen? Because for me, I haven't seen any movies.
Actually, I haven't watched any movies in a while. It's like I've been like so busy with like what I've been doing and stuff. I haven't really had time to go and watch a movie. Like I'm being dead serious. Like I don't know, man.
Yeah. I mean, especially with Halloween Ends, which I need to go see that to see if it's shit.
Yeah. I mean, I heard Halloween Ends was pretty good.
Yeah. I seen the 2018 one that came out. And like the only good movie that I watched that I really love is Godzilla vs. Kong.
Godzilla vs. Kong.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, I do know about that.
Yeah, like I'm an expert of Godzilla and especially the MonsterVerse. Like I'm a huge fan and expert.
Yeah, my friend, I have a IRL friend who's like really a huge fan of that franchise.
And now they're coming with a new movie that's coming out in 2024, I believe, in March.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and it's going to be titled Origins, which is pretty interesting. And I kind of speculated that maybe we could be seeing like a battle between Godzilla's kind and Kong's ancestors, which that could have been included in Godzilla vs. Kong, but no. So hopefully we will see that in the next one.
Okay.
So let's talk about storyfire. So, is there some things that you want to address to storyfire?
What do you mean?
As if, like, you want to, address everyone what's been going on recently?
Are you talking about the whole rep drama?
No. Just how you've been doing recently.
Oh, mentally, I'm starting to do better. I am still working on things with Storyfire very closely. Reps are kind of standstill right now because we're waiting for the devs to finish the UI so we can start looking at bugs and hammering them out, because the problem is constantly going back and fixing bugs every time we implement something new. It causes more bugs, right? Because you're trying to make old coding and new coding work together. So the whole goal that I'm aware of is that Venofire wants us to hold back and wait for them to finish the UI, which kind of created a little bit of a division for a bit between, and like misunderstandings between the reps. But it is pretty much getting resolved at this point. There's been a lot of communication between us at this moment. We're just trying to, make things work. But other than that, there are some things I don't think I could say right now in this, just because like we have to wait for it to be finalized by the other reps, and I also don't know what is allowed to be public knowledge, because I'm not trying to go out of my way to make anybody look bad or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah, that's perfectly understandable. So, and this new UI, is that like for the social feed?
It's just with everything. It includes also the critic revamp. So.
Critic revamp.
Yeah, that's something that I actually ran on that I tried fixing, right? There was actually, I wish I had a concept for you. Again, this is what I get for just playing too much in one day. But we actually had like a concept that I made originally, and then Xvax redid that concept to work with the new UI that he did post. Now I don't have that on me, but I'm sure that it was posted somewhere. I think I posted it on my channel before, or is either that or on the reps channel. So there it is out there. And our goal as of right now is to try and just get all that stuff out there. Something I'd like to see done before my term ends is the main thing that I ran on is the Storyfire Creator Studio for writers and video creators, and it will also help people who do art and stuff in social. So there's a lot that we're looking into. It's just gonna take time. There's also been concepts being thrown around on other features and stuff. We're also aware about some bugs that came up. Like, for example, we saw that like the edit feature on web isn't there anymore. We're actually waiting to bring that back until the new social UI is out. That way we can just implement it all with it, which will actually make it more seamless when it's on there. So
Yeah, Storyfire Creator Studio, that sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's something that needs to be on the platform for creators. The fact that it's not there is a bit crazy, and that's why I ran for Storyfire to get the basic necessities for creators available.
Yeah, I would like to see something like that for Storyfire. Mm-hmm. And so, like, you want to, so, like, is it going to be like YouTube's Creator Studio?
It's going to be better.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting, man.
The goal is just to try to make it better.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds pretty interesting. And also, like, I do mean this, like you are an absolute fantastic creator, and I know that you're gonna blow up someday. And I know that Devin said this to you, that you're gonna absolutely blow up, and I know that you're gonna reach 1,000 subscribers because you hit 600 subscribers. Congrats, though.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I just like, it is weird though, because YouTube has this weird sub taxing thing. Like, if you grow too quickly to one milestone, they'll remove subs due to like bot reasons or just inactive subscribers, which is really weird. But I guess it makes sense. But besides the point, or was I kind of lost my train of thought? I'm sorry. Yeah, like I still have a lot of growing to do and stuff before I get that big. And you know, like my goal is to work on myself so I can do this for a living. That's my goal.
Yeah, like I'm on the same boat with you. And I'm at 14 subscribers on YouTube right now, and I'm at 800 subscribers on Storyfire, so, which is crazy. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So that means you're close to being verified on Storyfire too, right? Because like 1K.
Yeah. So like I'm 20 subs. Yeah, I'm 20 subs away from 700. So just slowly getting to 1K subscribers, which is my number one goal at the moment right now, because I'm aiming to reach 1,000 subscribers.
I know you'll get there.
Thank you. And I may plan a thank you video, which I can include you in it if you want, because I plan on including people in it.
Yeah, we can. Yeah. I mean, I'd be down as long as like I'm free. I can't make like promises just because I've just been really busy, like on my grind. But yeah, if I'm free, totally.
Yeah, and like, yeah, it's perfectly understandable that you're busy, working on yourself and creating content. Like sometimes I like to be busy. Like I have usually like to focus on my priorities on Storyfire and outside of Storyfire. So that's what I like to be busy sometimes. But if I'm not busy, then I'm totally free.
Right. Well, see, then you understand more than anyone at that point.
Oh yeah, always.
I don't know, man. It's just been a day for me.
Really?
I'm just. I just feel exhausted. Like, have you ever like did so much work in like one day that your just brain kind of just feels fried?
Oh yeah,
everything just kind of feels like it's running together.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah, I was immediately exhausted when I had to make 4 videos for Storyfire. Immediately, 4 videos.
So you get it.
Yeah. And usually, how I plan videos is sometimes if I don't feel like I want to make a video, then I'll just do it like later or next week. And if I feel like I'll do a video, I'll do a video and just put it out there. Just here we go. That's it. I mean, that's usually how I roll.
Yeah, I got you.
So you've been on Devin's podcast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
it's a good podcast.
Yeah, I mean, like when Devin returned, I didn't expect him to return. Like, I'll be clearly honest. Like, I didn't expect him to return to Storyfire, and like you convinced him, right?
I don't want to take all the credit, but like we did talk a lot because like he was interested. We had like a 3-hour conversation because like I know that he had like his issues with it. And I just wanted to like tell him the ones that were resolved, ones we're still working on, and leave it up to him and just talk about like each other, our goals as creators, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it is awesome to see him return.
Yeah, so you get it.
Yeah. And Devin, if you're watching this, I would like to be on your podcast, man.
I know that he's looking for people, so he might be interested. It just depends because I know that he's getting a pretty hefty lineup. A lot of people's been looking at like his podcast a lot. I'm very grateful that I was able to get a spot, especially in the first episode. That was crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's been chill, honestly.
Yeah. So I want to say this, and like it's a bit of a motivation for you. So I'm like just take time to work on yourself and just just keep going, man. Like just keep going and going and going and grinding. You'll be surprised how things will turn out. And I truly do mean that because like you can take a break from content. I mean you can like like if you don't like feel making a video, then just I'll do it next week. Like how like I do.
Yeah, I just sometimes I work myself a bit too hard. I know that. There's been like times I like literally got no sleep, like for like myself, for YouTube, for Storyfire, etc., etc. You go on and on. Like I remember this like one time I like had like an all nighter because I was like trying to work to get this video done, and then during the time when before like we had the reps that we had now, I was working on the rep charter and the first ever rep the dev sheet. I was like up to like 4 or 5 on this, maybe 6 in the morning. So like I'm trying to fix that. It's just difficult when you're just trying to make a legacy and build something out of nothing.
Yeah. Like I totally understand what you're saying. Like for me, I want to build a legacy on Storyfire. And I don't know about YouTube, but for Storyfire, I want to build a legacy. I've been on the platform for 3 years and I'm approaching 4 years now. So I just want to build a legacy here and there and just, I don't know. That's what I'm aiming at the moment right now.
Yeah, it's like one step at a time, Like, that's what I'm trying to learn. Like sometimes I get too wrapped up in everything,
Yeah.
So.
Well, anyway, I'm gonna end this episode here. So, so before this video ends, you want to give some advice to the people?
When people tell you to quit, when people tell you that you're never going to make it, don't listen to them because they're seeing you at the beginning of your climb that climbs that mountain, right? Like you haven't reached the peak yet. You don't know what's up there. They don't know what's up there. So they know just as much as you do. So why are you listening to them, right? It's the advice I would give is don't listen to the ones that try to bring you down to their level because they see that you're on that climb. And remember while you're on that climb to the top of the mountain, to take a moment to enjoy where you're at and enjoy the climb. That's like the hardest part, and even I struggle with that. But it does make things better, and having good friends, like whether they be creators or just IRL friends or et cetera, having good friends in your group, honest, caring people really help. Not just with you as a creator, but as a person and with your mental health. So always surround yourself by good people. Don't listen to the people that are there to tear you down, and keep working on your craft to improve and get better. That's my advice.
Yeah, good advice. So, thank you for being. So, thank you, Gabe, for being on the podcast.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
And may your best days come. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoy this, please let me know in the comments. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.